Hello and welcome, Pisces. So glad to see you. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach. I help you choose growth and the healing of your inner roots. We are in the middle of a most fantastic thunderstorm right now, so I'm curious to see how that's going to play into your reading. This will be an inside-outside intuitive reading, which looks at your inner world as well as your outer world. Okay, interesting sequence. We've got 5 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 5, the Hierophant. Okay, next card, please. And 6, Altruism. So somewhat of a sequence here, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's go here. So Pisces, this sequence of cards is asking you to draw back, to withdraw. What? Retreat. I was thinking, what's the word in battles they use? Retreat from giving. Retreat from giving too much. Altruism, that is selfless giving, right? The sacrifice of the self for others. And this message here is asking you to pull back from that, to reconsider it, and to understand that there is a time and a place to give up the self, but to never give up the self completely. Okay? This, they're meeting each other, aren't they? They're really coming in. This one is saying, I can't go on anymore. And this one's like, yes, I can still keep giving. There's a lovely story with the 6 of Roots card, the altruism card, where a god, Quetzalcoatl, he was doing some kind of trial on the earth and kind of taking too long and running out of fuel, running out of motivation. And he meets this rabbit who wants to learn about who he is and what he does. And the rabbit says to him, well, why don't you just eat me? It's all right, you know? I know that I'm part of the eternal cosmic oneness. I don't really need this body. Here, you have it as fuel. So he was willing to give himself up for a higher cause. But there's a time and a place, and these cards are saying to me, Pisces, that you're overextending yourself at this moment. Now we've got pretty supportive message here too, the Withdrawal card, the 4 of Swords, and the 5, the Hierophant. This is asking you to take time, even more time, for your spiritual practice, for your spiritual connection with the divine. To pull back, but to also understand that completely overgiving is a different way to pull you off your spiritual practice. So that doesn't sound like it makes sense, right? Because we're always told to be humble and to be selfless and to be giving and to always have an open heart. But that comes with a caveat, and this Hierophant card is asking for a re-examination of what connection to the divine really means. And the thing is that you as an individual, you as a self, are just as much a part of the divine as everyone else. And so care of the self is a spiritual practice. Caring about the self, putting the self first, is actually a spiritual practice. Now, only thinking of the self and no one else forever, that's not spiritual practice, right? But this is about looking at the spirituality of yourself first and understanding that loving and giving to yourself is one of those keys into spirituality. It's not all about giving away your energy, giving away your life force. It's not all about that. It's about tending to the self as well. There's a need, Pisces, to see yourself as completely egoless and submerged in either a group or another person or something. And all of these cards here are screaming the message of boundaries, to understand that there is an end to your energy and a beginning to the other person. Sometimes we lose sight of that and we don't see any boundary between us and the other, or us and the world. And these cards are saying, pull back and find your edges, find where you end and the rest of the world begins, because not all of what everyone else is going through is your load to carry. Okay, you can't carry it for everyone. You can't fix it for everyone. This is about pulling back in and finding your sacred connection through yourself rather than always through service to others. And what this means is when you have reestablished and re-strengthened that connection to the divine through self, then you're in an even stronger position to help others, a stronger position to help others find different perspectives. For instance, I have a lot of water in my chart, so this tends to be a problem for me as well. If when I am helping someone, I go into what they're feeling and I become completely overwhelmed just as much as they are by what they're feeling, I'm not helping either one of us. So if they're sad and I can feel their sadness and I get completely overwhelmed and I go down to the depths of their sadness with them, I'm not really helping them. I'm not really helping myself either, because now I've got this energy in me and I don't know what to do because it's not even mine. I could help them better by sitting on the side and staying grounded and staying present with them and allowing them to go where they need to go. And when they come up and they're ready to hear a different perspective or they're ready for some encouragement, then I'm there. And I'm there because I've cared for myself first by making sure that I keep my emotional self intact before going to help them. It's that type of perspective shift. We think that by giving, we're helping the world, and by sacrificing ourselves, we're helping. And there are times when that's asked for and that's called for. But your journey right now, Pisces, is about pulling back into the self, honoring the sacredness of self, and honoring the divine through self. Okay, let's get one more card for you. If that didn't speak to you, I hope this will. 10 of Wands, burdens. Taking on more than you can handle. Taking on more than one bird is capable of. Okay, there's a lot of hurt out there. There's a lot of dysfunction. There's a lot of confusion, and we cannot save it all by taking it all in. But we can save it by stepping back, uplifting ourselves through our connection to the divine, and staying firm in that connection as an inspiration and as a guiding light. Okay, Pisces, if you find yourself kind of struggling with this or engaging with this, please, let me know in the comments. Or if you have something else to say entirely, that's great as well. Thank you for sharing your time and your energy with me. I always enjoy doing these readings. And if you're curious to learn more about what I offer and how I can help you and support you further on your spiritual journey, please check out the description below. Have a good one, Pisces. I'll see you next time.